All right, guys, welcome back. So we're looking at TSLA today, going into the weekend of July 5th. So today, stock closed 2% up. Market made another all-time high. And, if you were asking yourself, is it a good point to chase here? Well, here are a few things I'm going to mention here. So first of all, this is a larger basically time frame chart of the TSLA, and again, this is a daily chart. If you're here for the first time, we talked about this name many times, and we were talking about this trend line, right? I'm sure a lot of people have been watching same downtrend for quite some time, and yes, Tesla is outside of this, but does that mean that Tesla is out of the woods and from here clear skies to fly? I don't think so. Right here, right now, it has a lot of work to do, but ultra short term, the fact that this stock moved, in a, let's say, 2 weeks, 40% or so, that's a big move, okay? Another thing is, yes, it did happen with volume. Why? Well, there are a lot of shorts as well in this name, but it's not a lot. Let me compare it to any other high short interest stocks that you watch. I mean, large caps are not like that. It's usually people buying puts and naked selling shorts. I mean, it's not that many people can afford to do that, but there are still some. And I just looked that up, and it's about 4%. So it's not from total volume, but it's enough maybe to fuel the rally. But right here, right now, what I'm going to be watching for year to date, one more thing I think I mentioned already on my Twitter, that year to date, Tesla, yes, officially wipes out, basically recovers all of the losses. At some point, Tesla was the worst S&P 500 name and worst NASDAQ name. I think it was negative 40, 42, 44% almost year to date, at this point before they reported earnings. And then after earnings reported, that just jump consolidated for quite some time. And it was very, very boring. And you can see, right, just my point is right here, right now, as somebody who trades option, before they report earnings, I would not be trying to long it with options. Why? Number one, well, it is right back to these supply levels of last year, where basically you can see what happened after Tesla being in a downtrend, how after rallies it tends to, in a very short period of time, historically speaking, that's very recent rallies, right? These are the two rallies in the beginning of 2023. First rally, you see what it does for 4 months. Slight downtrend consolidation, and then rips again. And then you can see for the rest of the for the rest of the year, it did basically nothing after that. Of course, it did close near those levels. Let's say, just consider this move back in May and June. And we're closed at the end of the year. Did it provide some trading opportunities in and out? Absolutely. But if you were somebody who was rushing in to invest, I don't think you missed anything. Same thing here. So, yes, it did break out. Too long, as I mentioned, these are all supply levels. What does it mean? There are a lot of people, backholders in these levels, okay? They might put some pressure, and also it's just market memory, recent memory, where stock struggled. Of course, these levels are not anything, it's not a law or anything like that. Any support or resistance breaks at some point, but you don't want to be the first one, or you don't want to be the one who finds out that this is the resistance. If you are familiar with trading a little bit, at least with technicals, you let other people find out what's support, what's resistance, and then when it's clear that okay, these levels are behind and these levels are acting as a support after stock going to, let's say, 300, pulling back, hovering around, and then if it tries to move, you can join the party. But there's no need to get chopped up in these levels. That's my point, basically. So we'll take a look at the option activity. So today, well, before we take a look at the short interest, options, let's go here. Top, even though today was like very slow day in general, I mean, market closed higher, right? Very low volume day. But Tesla was decent volume, a lot higher than its average. Nvidia, highest it has been for a while, a lot of option selling, and Tesla as well. But pay attention to IV rank. It's 100%. So that means, yes, there are a lot of people taking advantage of elevated implied volatility. What does that mean? Stock is implying that it's going to move more now, which makes option contracts expensive. Today, put to call ratio 60% calls, 40% puts. Well, let's take a look. What is it implying? So let's take a look at the earnings report date. Well, so far scheduled 7/23. I don't know if it's confirmed or not, but 23rd of July. So if we go to take a look at the July 26th, that week has IV of $35, so 73%. Implied volatility 35. So which means it is implying that it can move another 35 points up or down from here. But after moving so much, 40% in a very short period of time, what is the probability that this stock is going to move 35 points from here again? Well, I just take a look at the option activity. I take a look at the that strike price, let's say 285. That's how I basically buy option contracts anytime I'm buying. So probability of going in the money by come July 26, those contracts are going for $6, 19%. Is it high probability? It is decent probability that the stock could, but I'm not going to be the one who will be finding out. So if this stock provides some sort of a pullback before it reports earnings, let's say it does come test this trend line, breakout trend line, then I would consider this name long going into the earnings report and then selling out those contracts before they report earnings, assuming that we're going to have some sort of a pre-earnings run-up after, going into that big option expiration if we get a pullback. But right here, right now, I'm not a buyer. Can it push higher? Absolutely. To the downside, well, I didn't mention the support levels. This is the support I'm going to be watching around like the 230s, 225s. That's my support. Stock is above all of its moving averages. Momentum to the upside. Volume is elevated, yes. But could it be losing a little bit of esteem, or more people after the holidays will join the party? We will see. But that's the video going into the weekend for TSLA Tesla. Thanks for watching. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. I would really love to get to 10K in this channel. Thanks. See you in the next one.